Hey, what's up guys? Little man with a big opinion here. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about these bad boys. 560 calories in the whole container. Right now, with inflation, you're spending about $10.99 on them a piece. And that's if you're doing budget prepping. It is cheaper to get them in a number 10 can, or they make a 5-gallon bucket where you get several of these, and it typically makes them about $1 cheaper to bulk buy them. I think they're a great prepping option. This one is Best Buy, July 2050. Mountain House meals, or all food has to meet certain standards, and with the Mountain House meals, it's one of those things where once they go through the science of it and prove that the food's going to last that long, they typically update it every 5 years, because the science on it says that they will last indefinitely in those packages as long as the packaging does not get damaged. So that was a 30-year one, meaning I picked that one up in 2020, and I don't remember them getting that much more expensive, but we all know what went on in 2020. I think most of those I spent about $8 on them, which that leads into one of their next big benefits, and that is for this same meal at my local Walmarts, they're about $4 more expensive now than what they were in 2020. And if they roughly go up 2% each year, then that number can, continue to go up. And when I finally decide to eat that meal, there's no telling how much those calories are going to cost. But what I will like to point out, and I don't hear too many preppers discuss it, that one's a little too small. Let's see. There we go. This is 1 3/4 cup of water. That is going to be the bare minimum amount of water you need to prepare this meal. I would say round it out to 2 cups, and that allows for a little bit of spillage, a little bit of it boiling off, and that allows for cleanup. Multiply that by my family of 3. So if we're eating 3 of these meals a day, not all of them are exactly 1 3/4 cups. Some are 1.5 cups. Some are 2 cups. Some are a little bit less. But they try to keep them right at about that 500 to 600 calorie mark. That is a gallon of water each day to feed the 3 of us just off of Mountain House meals. That's accounting for about 4 ounces a meal to clean, anything else. So, if you're adding anything, like they make a lot of granola and that you turn into like a hot cereal, and other add-ons to more flesh out that meal, that number can go up as well. So, doing all this math, let's say you're just going to stick with one person. You're going to go through about half a gallon of water a day to feed yourself. You multiply that by 30 days, which is a nice benchmark to have food supply. And if you're just looking at freeze-dried meals, that's a minimum of 15 gallons going towards your meal. let's say you're sticking with, the benchmark of 1 gallon of water to consume for the day, and now you're up to an entire gallon for the day. That doesn't take into consideration your showers, cleaning anything else. It doesn't take into consideration any water used for sanitary reasons. What I'd like to add to that, because a lot of the other shelf stable foods that a lot of preppers put away are going to require a decent amount of water as well. I go back to the shelf a lot. Here I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have a 7 bean soup that requires a decent amount of water. The oats require a decent amount of water. The pinto beans require a decent amount of water. I guess I don't have any rice sitting on that shelf, but all of these meals require a decent amount of water. So, a you know, another popular prepping item is also MREs. If you want to have a hot meal, you're also going to need to add more water to that. And depending on your other meals, you're going to add water to them as well. There's a lot of, we just recently got, like, we're going to go on another trip. Just recently went to Sam's. We like to buy our hamburger meat 10 pounds at a time. And so we've got it sectioned out 1 pound at a time because there are a lot of meals that you can, prep for. For dinner tonight, which I'm getting ready to put it up, we made a chili. We threw beans in there, onions, tomatoes, made our own chili seasoning. But that meal uses water and the hamburger meat. Just about any hamburger helper you can think of. Uh, if you have refrigerated milk, awesome, use that. But I also put away a lot of the freeze dried milk, which uses water to rehydrate it. All that goes to show is a lot of your prepping meals are going to require a decent amount of water. So as you go out and, let's say your weekly budget allows you to pick up 2 of these. You're spending $20 a week on prepping, and right now you're focusing on food. Let's say the first 2 weeks you get 2 of these Mountain House meals a piece. The third week, I would suggest picking up one of the 5 to 7 gallon water jugs. I'm using Walmart as an example because, Walmart has those options. There's other places you can get the water jugs, but Walmart has hard shell options and they have soft shell options. And I think the last time I checked, their 6 gallon one is about $18 right now. So as you're adding to your food preps, food, water, and you need to go back and forth because it's going to be really disheartening if you've spent the entire year putting aside meals like this that are going to be shelf stable, that are going to be filling and meet these requirements. And then when it comes time to use your preps because the power goes out, the crap hits the fan, you're going to want that water to have on hand as well. And the last thing that I would add to that is you need to rotate your water roughly anywhere from 4 to 6 months. I've seen dozens of videos talk about it. Some people rotate it more often, some people, less. That 5 month is really what I would consider pushing the water storage. And, we don't just dump it down the drain when it hits its max point. That's typically the water we pour into our ice maker and coffee maker and go through it, you know, pretty quickly because we make a full pot of coffee in the morning and we're always making more and more ice to put in all of our different drinks. So, if you learned something, leave a like. If you've got other questions, leave them in the comment section down below. And if you got a friend or family member that benefit from these videos, share the channel with them. With that, catch you in the next one.